Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
One of my favorite memories from Grandpa is when he taught me how to do a left-handed cartwheel in his living room right before my Nutcracker auditions. I love you so much, Grandpa. Happy birthday. One of my favorite memories about Grandpa is his Indian howl face. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Miss you. Love, Elder Bridgewater.
My memories about Grandpa Lawrence Clark would be he was a man who gives great care to everything that he does. For instance, the garden and his yard. That's one thing I always remember is how much you, Grandpa, took care of everything that you did with attention to detail. And that's something that always stood out to me as very caring and very attentive to everything that you do with your yard, with your family, and with everything. So that's a good model for me. Thought I would add a smile. Love you, Grandpa.
I can't believe you're turning 70 years old. Honestly, you don't look a day over 50. True. First one is I remember when we were little, whenever we'd come to stay with Grandpa, he would always brush our teeth to that song. Scrub-a-dub-a-dub-a-dub-a-dub-a-dub, said the monkey to the chimp. I think that was it. That was a long time ago when I was that little, but I still remember that song. And I remember we'd always beg him to make us Grandpa specials, which I don't know if all the other grandkids have tried those, but if you haven't, I think you should request it. Basically, it was just toast with peanut butter and honey on it, but Grandpa had a special secret. He would always mix the peanut butter and honey and a little bit of butter, I think, in a separate bowl and then put it on the toast, which made it way, way better. And he had the perfect ratio of peanut butter to honey. Is that whenever Grandpa would come to my basketball games, he, whether we'd win or lose, I remember he would always comment about, he'd tell me I did a great job, and then he would always comment on how well the players on the other team would do, too. So he'd say, wow, that was a great game. Say we just lost. Man, that 23, she really had a great shot. Their number 23 was just a great shooter. And I would be disappointed because we lost the game. And I was like, what? And I would remember I'd see Grandpa cheer for me, and then I'd see him kind of cheer for the other team. He just cheered for people that did a good job, which I always thought was really funny. So I love you guys so much.
My dad was the best storyteller ever. I'll never forget the family vacations in those great little cabins at Bryce Canyon, where he told us the true story of where those huge ceiling beams on the ceilings of the cabins came from. They were legs from the Bryce Canyon spiders.
Hello, happy birthday. They say that 70 is the new 50. I hope that makes you feel young. It certainly makes me feel a little bit older. You've been a great example of a father and husband and a great leader of this clan of Clarks. And there's a poem that captures a little bit of how we see you in your role. And it says, this world has seen many fathers who have performed many great and noble things, strengthened a nation, silenced fears, relieved suffering, and changed the course of history. Yet the most great and noble father I have known lives within the walls of this great Clark home. He performs no extraordinary tasks, no miraculous feats. He just does what is right because it is right. He needs no adulation, no praise or glory of men. He just goes about doing good because that is how it makes him feel. But there are those that see his goodness. They are his children. Indeed, they may not always see, but they know. This silent honor is what they will pass on to their children. They know that true greatness needs no praise. It is found in the day-to-day living of unwearied goodness. They have seen their Father give. Such goodness is truly a remarkable thing, far greater than any glory found in the annals of history. For one day the child will say, he is my Father, and know it is an honor. Happy birthday.
Hi, Grandpa. This is from Clara. When we once went fishing, and when I was going down to the fish pond, when I was going down there, I had some shoes but no socks, and when I was stepping in some snow, my foot got stuck in the snow, and you helped me get it out, and that's what I love about stuff. So I know you love us, so we love you. And happy birthday, Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa. I'm going to share something with you that I love. Every time we go to your house, we have fun, and when we come home, you always offer us if we want a mint, and we love them. And another thing I love and that's really funny is when we're in the car and we roll down the windows and we say goodbye, Grandpa, and then Grandpa says back, goodbye.
Okay, so one memory that I remember about Grandpa was like when we were going fishing, we were like sleeping over at Grandpa's house, and we went fishing for one of the days, and I remember Clara falling into the snow, and Grandpa was helping her out, and I remember that when Grandpa felt a tug on his fishing pole, he would give it to someone else so they could reel it in.
Okay, so what I remember about Grandpa most is whenever I went to his house, I would love to sneak into his little study area and just look at all the pictures he has of all of the grandchildren. And I just love to sneak in there and just explore his little study area.
Well, 3 things come to mind. The first one was, it was either Reese or Cyrus's baby blessing, and I remember I was sitting by Grandpa, I was sitting on his lap, and he was tickling my back for the whole meeting, and it was so fun, and it made me feel so special because I got to sit on his lap for like the whole 60 minutes, and it was really awesome. And I don't know if he even remembers that, but that's something that I'll never forget. And another time is about 5 years ago, I gave him a coupon with like a 5-minute back rub or whatever for his birthday. And every now and then he'll like check my hand strength to see if I'm ready to give him the back rub. And I still haven't given him the back rub yet, but that's something that I'll always remember about Grandpa too. And the last thing is I just remember one day we were flying a kite, and it was when we were moving to Murray. And so we were staying with Granny and Grandpa for a while, and it was me and Abby and Grandpa, and staying with Granny and Grandpa for a while, and it was me and Abby and Grandpa, and we were flying this kite, and it got stuck in the tree, and I remember we tried so hard to get it down for like 30 minutes, and he would not give up, and he just kept trying and trying. But yeah, so those are my 3 memories about Grandpa.
Dad, one of my favorite memories is when you used to take me skiing on Thursdays when you had work off, and you'd check me out of school at high school, and then we'd head up to Alta usually, and I remember sitting on the ski lift and just loving those days when we went skiing. And one thing I really remember is the sky would sometimes be totally white and cloudy, except for a tiny, tiny patch of blue, and you would point it out and say, look, it's going to be blue sky, it's going to be a blue, beautiful day today. It was just wonderful, wonderful memory. Love you, Dad.
So one of my fondest memories of Grandpa is actually not one memory, but multiple memories. Jen and I, because we live so close to the temple here, are able to go do sealings with sealing groups at the temple. And we try to go when Grandpa is there. And Grandpa, we love it when we are able to be there at the temple with you, and love the feeling and the spirit that you bring into those sealing groups. And particularly I enjoy when you stop for a moment and we consider, you help us consider on the words that are being said, and the covenants that we are making as we are being sealed, and when we were sealed to one another, Jen and I. And those memories are very poignant in my mind and heart, and I thank you for those times that you have given Jen and I.
Okay, memories that I have with Lawrence. The first thing that comes to my mind is just recently when I was staying with them right after my first shoulder surgery, and we would sit and watch the deer and the quail outside the window. And I enjoyed that so much. We would just watch them and laugh at the little quails, and it was such a fun time. Also eating corn on the cob with Lawrence. I don't think that there's another experience like that, or I have seen anyone enjoy it quite so much as he does. Lawrence, you have a great ability to appreciate the small things in life and to spend time with people and make them feel like they're not rushed or that it's an inconvenience or anything like that. You just enjoy being with them, and what a quality that is. Love you. Happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful one.
I have a memory, Dad, of going fishing with you in Wyoming, which we now continue that tradition over and over. And I have a memory of catching more fish than you, more than once, or at least once. And the memory of spending time with you was my favorite part of the memory.
Okay, Reese.
Hi, I'm Reese Leslie Newson. I love about Grandpa because he loves me, and I love about Grandpa because he works at the temple. Bye-bye.
Thumbs up.
I love you, Grandpa. I love the note. I love the note because it has nice words. It makes me feel happy. From King Cyrus Nelson.
Roland.
My name is Rin Nelson, and I love Grandpa because he gives us letters. I think it was a year ago he accidentally spilled some water on my dress. Later I got a letter saying that he was sorry for that. I love Grandpa that way. It's one of the reasons I love him.
Okay.
Going?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a great childhood. Mom and Dad made life just fun. And I'm going to just be wordy right now. So let me just be wordy for a second. I feel like we had it about as good as kids could have it. Our home was a happy place. It was peaceful. It was a place where I felt like I belonged. And honestly, maybe I shouldn't be, but I was always proud that Dad was my dad. And I still am. I still am. So, happy birthday. I love you, Dad.
Okay. Are we on?
We're on.
Okay. Happy 70th birthday. Thank you very much for letting me marry the lovely Diane. I love that. And I love that you let me take care of your grandkids. And that's fun too. I wish you could do it sometime. Oh, is that laughing or crying? It's crying. Happy birthday.
Why were you laughing at the Happy birthday, Papa. I love you play with the cars. Goodbye. When you come here, and I love it when you play games with me, and I think that you should do that every time we come up here and you come down here, and I think that you should get a dog.
Hi Grandpa, happy birthday. I loved when you came all the way from up north to here just to see me get baptized. I love when you put your hands on my head and gave me the Holy Ghost. I remember when you gave a talk about the boy named Jimmy, right? And I loved when you said it. It was so descriptive and it made me want to go on my mission. Happy birthday. Hi Grandpa, happy birthday. I'm so glad I'm your granddaughter. I just want to tell you a couple of reasons why I love you. I love your great big sneezes. I remember one time when I was little, you were holding me and you sneezed and I totally jumped. It was kind of embarrassing. I also love that you come to support me down in St. George. I remember when you came down for my Christmas show. It made me so happy to go out and see your face in the audience. I also remember one time that you had a picture of me and I was asleep on you. I'm just kind of sad that I don't really get to do that anymore. I'm too big to sit on your lap and go to sleep on you. Bye, Grandpa. Love you.
Hi, Grandpa. I'll never forget when you took me and my dad fishing in Wyoming. I remember that we had to stay in a really bad hotel and I got to wear a really dangly hat. I also remember, well, I really like that you always take interest in some things I'm interested in, like you like my poster and you listen to my music and you came to some of my basketball games. And so, here's the song. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to Grandpa, happy birthday to you. I love you, Grandpa.
Hi, Dad. I too had a hard time coming up with just one fond memory with you. But I remember when I first started dating Jim being kind of surprised that my orthodontist had such a great sense of humor. And I was really drawn to that and maybe even fell in love with you before I fell in love with Jim. But one thing that I really appreciate about you is that you have a magical way of putting people first and making people feel like they are the most important thing to you. And you used to always, well, and you still do, would tell me that I am your favorite daughter-in-law, which is funny, and yet the way that you said it was so sincere and really has meant a lot to me.
Hey Dad, happy birthday. It was tough coming up with a memory, with a lifetime of memories to choose from, but just wanted to pick one. So anyway, just want to say thanks so much for that time you came out to Ohio and helped me finish our basement. Really, I was more helping you than you me, I think, but that was just a great month that I had to spend with you and just working hard and getting our hands dirty and framing and drywall and tear down and build up, and the whole project was just a great time that I'll never forget. So anyway, just want to say I love you and happy birthday, and see you later.
Bye, Grandpa. Bye, Grandpa. Hi, Grandpa. I slept over at Grammy's house, and I saw the deers eating Granny's flowers when I was watching out the door. Bye, I love you. Hi, Grandpa. I remember when everybody was playing, but me and you were eating peanuts in the shell over a garbage can, and they were really good. And bye, Grandpa. Bye. Hi, Grandpa. I remember when we went to McDonald's Canyon and we went into a pavilion and it started raining and we were playing Truth or Dare and we dared you to go outside into the rain and so we all went out inside the rain with you and we all got soaked. Bye, Grandpa. I love you.
Hi, Grandpa. I remember when we stayed at your house for the week and we went to Provo Rec Center and I dared you to go down the slide and you didn't want to go, but I finally persuaded you to go down and it was fun. Bye, Grandpa. I love you.
I remember when I was a teenager and Grandpa came in my room. I was already in bed at night and I was warm and comfortable and tired. And Grandpa said, Dad said, Holly, do you want to have prayer in bed or out of bed? Speaking of family prayer. And I, of course, mumbled, in bed. And Grandpa said, all right, everybody in Holly's bed. And everybody climbed in bed and had family prayer on top of me in my bed.
Did they smush you?
They smushed me, yes.
Hi, Lawrence. You've always been so amazing at helping to build people up sincerely and really giving sincere compliments and helping build people's self-esteem. And I remember one time sitting at your house and talking, me and you were just having a private conversation, and we were talking, and somehow it came up that I was talking about, you know, my physique, my body, my forearms, and I was talking about how embarrassed I was about my forearms because they weren't that big. And I remember you said, why? No need! And we were in this sincere conversation and we caught the girls' attention and they started laughing at us for having this conversation. But always remember that about you.
You have 4 hands?
I had 2 hands. So thanks for everything you do and building up our family and building us up as individuals. We love you.
Only you can make all this world seem right. Only you can make the darkness bright. Only you and you alone can thrill me like you do and fill my heart with love for only you. Only you can make all this change in me, for it's true.